The Helix Garage, the Minority Business Expo, and the Wild and Scenic Film Festival. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of July 22nd, 2019. Gary Means joins us to talk about the new stormwater control system at the Helix Garage and also a pretty big honor he's received. So Gary, what can you tell us about?
Okay, so right behind me is a portion of a project that we did as a part of a water quality grant that LFUCG offers to folks who want to do enhancements to help with not running nasty, dirty water off into our watershed, and in this case, the town branch. So right behind me in a circular pattern, which is exactly the same size as our Helix circles that you drive down, we've put some concrete that is permeable, so when it rains, water runs through that, gets filtered before it goes into the town branch. We wanted to kind of dress it up a little bit, so we've got kind of a little artistic, colored circles behind me that kind of play off the idea of the circular helix. But the cool part is that it's used to be a nasty area, also had some concrete, so water would have ran from that off into the street and then off into something else. So now it's filtered and goes through a filtering system before it goes into town branch. So that's the part that's behind me. Directly in front of me and underground, where you can't see it, are two large 1,000-gallon tanks that take the water from the parking garage itself that is really nasty. When you think about all the cars that come into a parking garage, they have grease, oils, salts in the wintertime that they're dragging into a parking facility. When it rains, all that, especially when it first starts raining, all that gets rushed right into, this case, town branch, which runs right behind us in a culvert. So we're coming down the drain pipes and running into these two tanks that filter oil. They're actually called an oil and water separator, and it goes through two of them, so it's filtered twice before it goes into town branch. The way the city has water quality grants set up, I believe that they can max out at a $300,000 project. So the entity that owns the property that's wanting to do some sort of water quality project has to pay 20%. So in our case, if we did a $300,000 project, the parking authority puts $60,000 into it, and the city, through the grant program, would do the other $240,000 of that $300,000 project. So we built this project to kind of max that ability out, but it actually came in less expensive just to good engineering and managing the project. We got it down to, I think we finished at around under $220,000. So saved a lot of money and still accomplished what we were trying to do here. I'm chair-elect of the International Parking and Mobility Institute. It's truly international. We've got somebody from the Middle East, somebody from Latin America. We've had Canadians on the board. It's an incredible honor for me to be selected by those peers who run really, in most cases, much larger operations than we have here in Lexington. To this position of chair-elect. So it used to just be called IPI, International Parking Institute. Recently added mobility because that's what's going on in the industry, getting ready to see scooters come. But it's bicycle, bike parking, bike infrastructure, Uber and Lyft, working with where do they load and unload. So mobility comes in a lot of forms, but it really affects the parking industry, so we've added that into that organization.
It's time again for the Minority Business Expo in Lexington, and we spoke with Sharita Miller about what to expect.
What was a dream is now a reality. In 2002, former CAO Milton Dahoney had this vision of bringing businesses together to network in one place, and that's how the Lexington Bluegrass Area Minority Business Expo got started. The Lexington MBE is now within its 17th year. This event is going to be on Friday, August the 2nd at the Lexington Convention Center. This year we're going to have Tony Delk as our keynote luncheon speaker. The morning speaker is going to be Erica Porter, MBA. She's going to talk to businesses on how to perfect their business pitch. What's new this year, that afternoon is going to be a business pitch competition. Whoever the winner is, they will receive a free 4-week business counseling session with Erica Porter, MBA. We're also going to have workshops again this year for the youth and adults in attendance at the expo. There's going to be exhibitor booths, so everybody come out and enjoy the expo. The Lexington MBE is an event where minority businesses, small business owners can come and network and take advantage of opportunities and meet government entities or the corporations that are there who are looking to do business with diverse companies. So if you are a small business owner, minority, woman-owned, veteran-owned, this is a great event for you to come to and get exposure and tell people about your business and why they should do business with you. Minority-owned business, you must be 51% owner of your business and must be a member of an ethnic or race category, such as African American, Hispanic American, Asian Pacific Islander, Native American. Women-owned business, Caucasian female, or an ethnic minority-owned woman to be a business owner. Veteran, you must be a veteran discharged from service, whether you're a Marine, you're in the Army, and etc. You can go to the website at lexingtonmbe.com to register for this event.
When we come back, the Wild and Scenic Film Festival.
The Lexington Bluegrass Area Minority Business Expo is proud to have Fifth Third Bank as its presenting sponsor once again.
Most of our business clients are small businesses, and so the Minority Business Expo is a great opportunity for us to target the small business community.
The 17th Annual Minority Business Expo, presented by Fifth Third Bank, August 2nd at the Lexington Convention Center. For more info, lexingtonmbe.com.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. The Kentucky Conservation Committee is hosting the 4th Annual Wild and Scenic Film Festival. The fundraiser will benefit the Conservation Committee's efforts. Here's more.
So where the film festival is this year, the Wild and Scenic Film Festival is going to be held at the Kentucky Theater on August 22nd, which is a Thursday. And we're going to start at 6:30 with a silent auction, and at 7 o'clock we'll start with the films. And it'll be a great night out. So this is our 4th year for holding the Wild and Scenic Film Festival, and if you've never been before, what you can expect is a whole evening of really wonderful picturesque short films. We've got 14 films this year, but a lot of them are very short, 30 minutes or less, and it ends up being a couple of hours of really awesome travelogue films, Red Rock Wilderness, bicycling, climbing. Just an exciting night. And then in addition, we've got a silent auction with a lot of local vendors giving charitable donations that you can contribute to. So along with the 14 films that we're going to be featuring and the silent auction, there's also going to be giveaways. So if you come to the event, you're going to have an opportunity to get some free swag. We're going to be giving away some merchandise. We're also giving away things that have been supplied by the national tour sponsors, such as Cliff Bar, Clean Canteen, Peak Design, and Sierra Nevada. They all have contributed to this film festival as it tours around the country. So come on and get some free stuff. Well, the main reason we like doing this event, the main reason it's important to our organization, is we like to get the word out about some of the issues that the films bring up. We've got films about, for example, military people who are addressing PTSD through adventures in the outdoors. We've got films about wildlife corridors, which is an issue that we support, and what's happening in the Everglades, and we'd like to do something similar here in Kentucky with wildlife corridors. So along with the films and the wonderful scenic and visual and fun films that we've got, it also ties to a lot of the issues that Kentucky Conservation is helping to shepherd. So the whole listing of all the films we're showing this year are listed on the Kentucky Conservation Committee website, kyconservation.org. But just to give you a sampling of some of the films that we have, we're going to have some films featuring Utah's Red Rock Wilderness. We're going to have some films featuring the Everglades. We're going to have some awesome climbing films if you're into climbing, and cycling, lots of cycling films. We've got some nature films as far as wildlife, and we also have, for people that are doing nearby nature, we have some films on gardening and growing community gardens. So, and also some really wonderful films about our national parks. And we kick it off with a film about the Red River Gorge and its history. So come on and have a great time and learn about some places you might want to travel to, or just what's in your backyard. So to get more information about the whole event, you can go to Kentucky Conservation Committee's website, which is kyconservation.org. And it's also listed at the Kentucky Theater's ticket website. We'll have information up on there. But if you want the detail of the films, go to the KCC website, Kentucky Conservation, and you'll find out all the films that we're going to be showing.
Child restraints have come a long way from the days parents simply hung a small chair over the back seat. This week's Rules of the Road takes a look at child safety seats.
Hello, I'm Police Sergeant Randall Combs, and welcome to Rules of the Road. We're going to discuss some very important topics that we hope will make you a better and more aware driver. We hope that you find the topics that we discuss to be both educational and informative. We certainly don't want parents just buckling kids in the car, because they need to be in a specifically designed seat or booster seat for them. And Kentucky's had some recent changes to child safety seat laws and booster seat laws, which can be confusing as parents try to navigate what seat their child should be in. If your child is under 40 inches or 40 inches or less, they must be restrained in an approved car seat. Children younger than 7 and between 40 and 50 inches tall must be secured in a booster seat. So that's kind of the cutoff there. If your child's 40 inches or under, car seat. If they're between 40 and 50 inches, booster seat. Now those are the legal requirements. So now, however, it is recommended that children up to 80 or 100 pounds remain in a booster seat, because seatbelts are designed for adults, and children with that small frame, though they may not be legally required to be in one, it's ideal for them to be in one until they're 80 to 100 pounds. People do it, but technically it is not legal to ride in the back of a pickup truck, because if you are a passenger in a vehicle, then you're required to be belted. That's one of those things that people did often, especially many years ago, and that's also about the same time we would see kids riding in the back windshields of their parents' car. So we're certainly more mindful of the safety of our children these days. So we would not recommend riding in the back of a pickup truck either. I'm Sergeant Randall Combs with Rules of the Road, reminding you to buckle up and be safe out there.
Our continuing series on Lexington historical markers takes a look back at one of Lexington's most notable citizens, Vertner Woodson Tandy.
Born here in 1885, Vertner Woodson Tandy is one of Lexington's most notable sons. His father, Henry Tandy, was instrumental in the construction of Lexington's historic courthouse. As a youth, Vertner went to the Chandler Normal School on Georgetown Road. Tandy attended the Tuskegee Institute, where he was mentored by Booker T. Washington and was considered a prize architecture student. In 1905, he transferred to Cornell University. While at Cornell, Tandy and 6 other young African-American men formed the first ever black fraternity, Alpha Pi Alpha. Tandy even designed the fraternity pin. After graduation, Tandy became the first registered African-American architect in New York State. His office was located on Broadway in New York City. He designed many notable structures. Among those are St. Philip's Episcopal Church, the Ivy Apartments, and his most famous work, the mansion of Harlem millionaire, Madam C.J. Walker. Tandy eventually returned to Lexington and designed the addition to the Chandler School, known as Webster Hall, to house the school's teachers. Perhaps most notably, Vertner Tandy was the first black man to receive a U.S. military commission, becoming the first African American to pass the commission exam. He served as a first lieutenant in the 15th Infantry of New York's National Guard during World War I.
There's still time to be a part of the 2019 Kentucky River Clean Sweep to help beautify our state's namesake waterway.
I'm Jennifer Myatt with Lexington's Division of Environmental Services, and you can probably see the Kentucky River behind me. And the reason why we're out here today is to encourage all of our citizens to come to the Kentucky River Clean Sweep on July 27th. July 27th is a Saturday, so it's a great day for cleaning up the river. We start at 8:30 and we recommend that people get here by 10 o'clock so that we can get you on a boat so that you can go out and clean up trash at the river. We recommend that all of our volunteers wear boots or shoes that can get wet, and make sure you bring your sunscreen and your bug repellent, and just be prepared to work hard and get a little bit of dirt on you because we will be out on the Kentucky River. With all the rain we've been having, it's extra important for us to clean up the river because lots of trash and dirt washes from our roadways, and it all comes to the Kentucky River, which is the source of our drinking water and also a place where people fish and boat and swim, and so it's very important to keep it clean for us, the people, and also for the wildlife and the plants that live there. We are under the I-75 bridge off of Old Richmond Road, and if you're using GPS or your phone to get here, you can use the address 9079 Old Richmond Road, and that will get you down to us, and you'll be able to see signs directing you to the parking area. We appreciate all of our volunteers who come out, and so we have some goodies for you. We'll have breakfast and lunch during River Sweep, and also a free t-shirt for all of our participants and a chance to win prizes from local businesses. If you have a boat or a canoe and you would like to bring it, we definitely encourage that, especially if you can have space for other volunteers on your boat. You can register for the Kentucky River Clean Sweep at riversweep2019.eventbrite.com, and you can also follow Live Green Lex on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for additional updates about the River Sweep and all of our other upcoming events.
Chris Edwards joins us again for a preview of what's on Lex TV's televised meeting schedule. Chris?
Thanks, Neil. The council remains on summer recess until August 12th. Because of this, we only have a few meetings to tell you about which you can see live and replayed here on Lex TV. The first is the Rural Land Management Board meeting at 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday, July 24th. In case you're wondering, the Rural Land Management Board oversees the Purchase of Development Rights program here in Fayette County. Also on Wednesday will be the Board of Architectural Review, which starts at 5 p.m. The Board of Architectural Review oversees exterior home repairs and construction in Lexington's historic overlay districts. Then on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. will be the Planning Commission meeting. This week's agenda items will all be about zoning. There are no meetings scheduled for the week of July 29th, so I'll be back on August 5th to update you all on the next meeting schedule. Neil, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. That's all for this week. You can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.